Homer once went to New York when he was young. He asked a passerby to help take a photo but had his camera robbed. He reported it to the police but had his bag snatched by the officers. Even when he stood on the roadside, people upstairs dumped garbage on him. From then on, he made up his mind never to set foot in New York again. Barney drives the drunk Homer home, then he and Homer's car disappear for 2 months. When he returns, he tells Homer that he left the car in New York. Now Homer needs to go to New York to get his car back.
All right, New York, I'm coming back, but you're not getting it.
The whole family takes a bus to New York. Everyone else excitedly looks around, but Homer has an unhappy expression, so they choose to split up with Homer. Homer finds his car. It's covered with a pile of fines and the tires are also locked. Homer uses all his strength, but still can't break the lock. He has no choice but to call the number on the lock for help. They tell him to wait by the car for a traffic officer.
They expect me to sit here from 9 to 5? That's how many hours?
He sees a pizza shop across the street, but he can't leave the car. He has to ask someone else to buy it for him, but the person refuses and tries to sell him other food instead.
Oh, jeez, that's just awful.
Homer then asks him to buy drinks. He drinks can after can, so he becomes urgently in need of urinating. He sneaks over to stand in front of a mailbox.
Don't even think about it, pal.
Homer can't hold it anymore. He struggles to squeeze into a building's restroom but finds it's under maintenance. He can only run to another building.
Not only entered the marriage hall, but even has children.
Oh, Bart, you are an extreme husband and an extreme father.
After the mayor awarded Bart his driver's license, Homer specially gave Bart a mobile phone.
Whenever I need your driving services, I put in my own ringtone.
Bart was fast asleep, but his phone kept ringing non-stop. No matter where Bart was or what he was doing, his phone ringtone would suddenly go off, breaking his peace without warning. To get rid of Homer's pestering, Bart drove away from Springfield and arrived at a neighboring town. There, he saw several beautiful girls standing by the roadside. After the girls got into Bart's car, Darcy thought Bart looked too young. Bart quickly explained that he appeared young because he had taken too many medicines. The next morning, the two spent a romantic time together. Bart even took Darcy to the top of a mountain to watch the sunrise. But just then, Darcy suddenly proposed to Bart, which surprised Bart. Later, they went to the court window of the marriage registration office. However, when the staff handed over the documents that needed to be signed, Bart hesitated. In the end, he still told Darcy the truth.
I'm only 10 years old.
What?
I'm really sorry.
Bart, I've been keeping a secret from you too. I'm pregnant.
Bumped into Burns while causing Burns to be melted by nuclear fuel. Smithers could finally be with Burns. An explosion occurred in Springfield. Skinner was no longer the principal of Springfield Elementary School. Burns's inheritance was distributed to all employees. The nuclear power plant was completely shut down. Comic book guy closed his comic shop because of the birth of his child. The Van Houten family moved away. The Springfield tire fire was put out. When Bart got home for the first time, both his parents ran over to hug him, and even Maggie started talking. Bart noticed that everything around him was changing. Nelson found his biological father. Krusty the Clown's show also came to an end. Bart wanted to confirm something, so he deliberately played a prank on the stage, but was caught. Lisa really wanted to help Bart, but she had just received an acceptance letter from the music conservatory. When Bart got back home, he found that everyone in the town had come to celebrate his birthday, and there was a candle representing 1 year later on his cake.
11? This isn't supposed to happen. I'm 10. I'm turning 10. I've always been 10. I'm 10!
Bart realized that if he blew out the candle, The Simpsons would end. He began to talk about Homer's actions as a good father, while blaming Homer for how negligent he was as a father. Homer couldn't take it anymore and grabbed Bart by the neck. The next moment, the timeline changed, and everything around finally returned to normal. The number on the candle turned to 10.
I stopped it. I'm still 10. When are you going to grow up?
Was causing trouble at the park. When Homer scolded him, a woman came up and started talking to him, only for Homer to realize she thought he was Bart's grandfather. That hit him hard, and he was feeling pretty down about it, even stewing over it at work. Then he noticed all his coworkers eating some new crazy-looking donuts. When he went to grab one, they were already gone. So he tracked down the guy who bought them, but all he remembered was that they came from some random food stand. Homer ended up calling the cops to help him find it. They even used a helicopter. Through a telescope, Homer finally spotted the stand, but by the time they got there, all the donuts were sold out. The cop tried to strong-arm the stand owner, Terrence, into making more, but luckily the other officers calmed him down. Terrence then pulled out a special batch he hadn't sold yet, beer barrel donuts, and gave them to Homer. The two hit it off and became fast friends. As they talked, Homer learned Terrence was Polish, but he was shocked to find out that this super cool guy had kids and was struggling to find a place to live. So Homer mentioned the house next door. Terrence loved the place, and their families officially became neighbors. Homer even brought his family over to meet Terrence's. Both sides introduced each other, and even Terrence's kids were cool. They only watched movies on tablets. While Marge was talking with Terrence's wife, she started breastfeeding, which made Marge, who only used formula, super uncomfortable, so she left, only to find that Homer had let Terrence shave his head bald. Homer now thought he was cool too. They even opened up the fence between their yards. Homer started doing all kinds of cool stuff with Terrence. Bart and Lisa loved this new version of Homer, but Marge just couldn't deal. He was acting totally weird. Then they went to Terrence's kid's birthday party. Homer even handmade a gift. Bart complimented their taste, but the kid made fun of Homer's present. Bart got mad and started a fight. The whole family got kicked out, and the two families cut ties. Homer grabbed Lisa on the way out and dragged her home.
Welcome to your home for the next 6 months.
Oh man, I can't wear this.
Oh, you look adorable, Lisa.
God, I wish I had that little outfit.
Wow, they had an army helmet under every bed?
That's a chamber pot. You're supposed to go to the bathroom in it. Behind this door, you'll find the one piece of 21st century technology in the whole house. This is your video confessional.
Good morning, ladies.
What's so good about it?
Hey, you should see how much trouble Dad's having shaving with a straight razor.
Finally, I'm no longer a slave to the Gillette Corporation. Okay, more coal. Less. Perfect.
Oreos. Sorry, these are from 1896.
I'll just take these tampons.
I don't believe they had those in 1895. Ooh.
23 skidoo. This has been the worst week of my life. I miss my toys, my video games.
Took out her secret savings and told Homer to buy a new washing machine. Just then, a meteor fell from the sky. A barbecue stand owner turned it into a smoker. Homer was drawn in by the delicious smell. When he tasted the meat cooked by the smoker, he instantly fell in love with the flavor. So, he bought the smoker and brought it home. When Marge saw it, she was furious. Homer decided to win back her forgiveness with barbecue. The moment Marge took a bite, she immediately forgave him. The smell of the barbecue attracted the whole town. Everyone gathered at the Simpsons house for a huge BBQ party. The local TV station even invited Homer to compete in a cooking show. One day, as Homer was about to grill again, he discovered that the smoker was missing.
You didn't lock it up, you fat idiot.
He asked Chief Wiggum to help him find it, but even the police were powerless. Homer fell into despair. Not even Bart's pranks could get a reaction out of him. To stop Homer from sinking deeper, Bart and Lisa decided to find the stolen smoker. In the doghouse, Bart found an empty peanut butter jar. They went to the peanut butter store to ask questions. The shopkeeper refused to answer, so Bart grabbed him by the earring. They checked the store's security footage and discovered that Nelson had bought the peanut butter. Bart and Lisa tried to trick Nelson into talking, but Nelson ran away. They secretly followed him to a junkyard, where they finally found Homer's missing smoker.
Hired the world's top team to design disguised clothes, the mask expert for Mission Impossible, and the costume consultant for Iron Man. In addition, there is a simple and practical voice changer. Burns is very satisfied with the mechanical suit. He then pretends to be a newcomer to find out what his employees really think. At this point, Homer invites him to lunch. Homer is defenseless in the face of a stranger. Burns introduced his name based on the prompts in his hand. At this moment, the alarm suddenly sounded. They skillfully ran desperately to avoid the attack of the vicious dog. This is specifically designed by Burns to save employees rest time. He asked if this approach was cruel. Burns felt sorry for them and gave each of them a coin. So Homer regarded him as a true friend and take him to Moe's bar. But Moe's unique service approach directly knocked Burns down to the ground. They rushed over to care if Burns was injured, so they became even closer friends. When they went out, the car crashed into Burns and was scrapped. Burns' headgear suddenly flew up. Fortunately, Homer did not discover his identity. They will stay together no matter what they do. This gradually made Burns forget his purpose. That day, Burns couldn't wait to invite them out to play, but Smithers intervened in them. Burns directly gave Smithers the command to roll. They were very shocked by the behavior of this newcomer, so they suggested that he go to Burns to demand welfare. Burns played the role of two people arguing in the office.
They won't.
We heard everything. Clearly, it was two people talking.
We gotta spread the good news.
We love you, big guy.